Netlight is basically a cult, but without all the morbid sexy stuff. Hej och välkommen till en ny säsong av succéformatet Ingenjörsfördomar där jag, Emil Persson, testar mina fördomar om yrket på Sveriges största arbetsgivare för ingenjörer. You're watching another episode of Ingenjörsfördomar, and today's guests are no less than Cagla and Sanna from Netlight. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Very well.
Pretty good.
Good.
You?
I'm fine.
Good.
Before I say another word, we're going to watch a short clip of how the man or a woman in the street imagines life at Netlight.
Have you heard of a company called Netlight Consulting?
No.
No, I didn't know.
No. Not at all.
Not at all?
No, I don't think so.
So it turns out not a damn soul knows what Netlight is. Why is that?
Sad, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Indeed, I think everyone should know.
Yeah, you're doing something wrong.
We're doing something right. I mean, we're doing consulting, right? So
Yeah, that's true.
we're working with our clients. So I
Yeah.
think we shine through our clients.
Yeah, right. What do you do?
So I'm a senior manager at Netlight. I actually started my career here in Stockholm about 8 years ago, almost. And since then, I've also worked in Munich for a while. And since 6 years almost, I've been part of building up our Hamburg office. And I started in a very technical role. I started as a front-end developer. And then I kind of moved on more into management and advisory within business development and transformation projects, etc. And currently, I've actually turning my consulting skills back into Netlight. So I'm working full-time internally in just building the Hamburg office.
Okay. That sounds like a big project.
It's a big project, and it also kind of goes a lot across the borders. So building Netlight as a whole, I would say.
Okay. And what do you do?
I'm a manager at Netlight. My Netlight journey started 7 years ago in Munich, and now it continues in Hamburg. Currently, I'm an engineering manager at one of our clients in Hamburg. Looking back to this 7 years and my career in general, I started working as a developer at Netlight. And afterwards, my career evolved into many different directions. I've done product and project management, solution architecture, organizational coaching, driving digital transformations at our clients. So I think my profile is a little bit like a lot of everything. I like bringing tech, product, and people together. That's my sweet spot, and I would like to be part of a diverse roles where I can touch into different things.
So let's move on to the good stuff, which is my prejudiced view of life at Netlight, right?
Yes.
Yes, let's do.
Here we go. Netlight is basically a cult, but without all the morbid sexy stuff.
What do you mean by cult, and what do you mean by sexy stuff?
Well, the sexy stuff isn't at Netlight, so we can just skip that. But you're sort of, how do you say? Everyone thinks the same, everyone is the same, you do the same things, you never meet other people, stuff like that.
Okay. I mean, I think there are to the word... Indoctrinated, yeah. I mean, I think there are looking at the word of cult, there are something that definitely resonates with us in a way of having a strong community, having tight relationships, being very connected to each other. And then, of course, some of the stuff we do doesn't tone that down. For example, having summits where we make everyone do yoga on a mountain in white clothes.
Wow,
I can
really?
understand. I can understand that people see it as a cult.
That's so culty.
But then I would definitely not say that everyone is thinking the same. I think we're a very, very diverse company with a lot of different minds.
One thing that I think differentiates us being a cult is that we don't have this one leader that rules it all, basically. But there are a lot of small things, small cultish things that we do, and we like them.
Parental leave does sound familiar. Is it a band?
That would have been an interesting band name, for sure.
Yeah.
For us, it's not a band, is it?
It
No
could
ban
be
for
there.
us.
There could be a band somewhere at Netlight. No, but it's a big topic for sure. It's a big topic, and it's one of those parental leave or parental support. Is a thing where we want to, regardless of where we are, we want to be at least as good as the average in the market. We want to be even better than that.
And to add on it, maybe, what we really care about is that parental leave does not turn into something negative in terms of career development. So it's not a stop in someone's career just because he or him, she or her, he or she, that's what I wanted to say.
That's it.
Is out for a couple of months or a year. We don't want it to be an effect of this person's career.
Yeah. Okay, this whole recommendation recruitment strategy works perfectly if your definition of perfect is white men recommending other white men.
It does.
Yeah.
And I think we're working a lot with tapping into our own networks in that sense. We see a lot of positive things in recruiting people that we know, because we are we believe a lot in these strong relationships. But of course, that also means that if we're not aware, we would be missing out on a lot of networks. And this is something we've done, I think when we started our Vostok initiative, which is our equality initiative, started 10 years ago or so. That was one thing that we realized, that we're missing out on a very big network of women because we have so many men. So we had to actively kind of make sure that we are recruiting into those networks as well. And this is also something we are looking on a much bigger diversity spread as well.
What's the ratio male-female at Netlight?
It's over 30%.
It's all in all.
Yeah. But we're also always aiming, I think around 40% is the aim in our recruiting now. In Hamburg, we're even aiming at 50 because we reached over 40% in our hiring last year. So we're setting
it's getting better.
Ambitious, yeah, for sure.
You have no social life whatsoever.
Define social life.
Well, you know what it means. You only work. You have no friends. Don't go to concerts. You don't go out.
That's a classic consulting image.
Well,
I
yes,
guess.
That's what I do here.
And also, I mean, at least speaking for myself, I work with a lot of my best friends. Cagla and me work together every day, and we're also really good friends. So of course, my social life get also mixed with work, which is something I'm very happy for. I'm happy not having a job which is separated from what I would like to call my life. But I definitely have a social life as well. That's we're not working around the clock.
Yeah, okay. But how much overtime is it?
Not much anymore. I mean, if we talk about work time, at Netlight, working many hours is nothing that we glorify. That feels like a very old style of doing business, and nothing that would attract people anymore. No one would want to go to a company to work 80 hours. People want to be able to have a life.
Well, have you been to Wall Street?
Yeah, I mean, there are probably still people attracted to that, but that's not the image we want to have. We want to be sustainable. We want people to be able to have a long career. Then, of course, the projects that we engage in as consultants, as well as what we do within Netlight, it's easy to get very engaged. I mean, for us, being part of building the Hamburg office, when we came there, we were 10, now we're 150. That's a lot of work going in. And I think both of us would be dishonest if we wouldn't admit that we've had periods when we worked way too much, and we've had to kind of fish each other up, which is where it's really important to have those strong relationships. But it's nothing that we are encouraging.
You refer to newly examined recruits quite simply as the slaves.
What?
Well, you heard me.
No, not at all. And
that's
it's
a good thing.
It's also how we look at leadership at Netlight as well. leadership is not necessarily like attached to a seniority level or whatnot. We see everyone as a leader. It depends on like your followership, and at some points Cagla will be the leader of something. At some point it will be the person who started 2 weeks ago. Like it's it's not a top-down management structure in that sense.
Okay. The fact that you have no formal managers creates a competitive, chaotic, and all in all extremely nightmarish environment.
No.
I mean,
It's unusual, isn't it?
it is unusual, but
Yeah.
we still have structures. We don't have bosses in the sense of an traditional understanding of boss as a role, but we still value experience. So in that sense, Netlight is not a place without structures. We have just structures in a different way.
Okay, final one. Your consultants are so used to being seen as the experts that they have forgotten to listen to others. They just want to hear themselves talk, and more specifically, hear themselves use the word agile.
No, we're not really doing expert consulting in that sense. I actually talk quite a lot to people when I do interviews about this, because a lot of people have a bit of a stress becoming a consultant, because they feel like, okay, if I'm going to be a consultant, I need to be an expert in something, because that is what a client will expect from me. They expect me to come in and tell them exactly what to do.
Yeah.
But I would actually like to argue the opposite. Like, to be a good consultant, it's all about being able to listen and being able to understand the problem and the environment around you. Like, your expertise will never help if you're not using it to solve a problem that you're understanding. So it's much more about the skill of problem solving than being an expert at something.
Okay. Your IT consultants work hard so they can retire at 45, but when they reach 45, they don't have any friends left, so they end up working till the day they die anyway, although most of them would prefer to be put out of their misery and die right now.
I hope not.
We haven't reached 45 yet.
No,
Yeah,
not yet.
well, but your colleagues have.
Wait and see.
Okay.
No, I think this boils, like, it kind of comes back to what we talked about before about sustainability. Like, that is not something we strive for. We want people to have a long career. And we are also not people without a social life outside of work. I would say like the other way around, because we are doing consulting. Like, my network is actually pretty big, because I kind of change job every 12 months or so when I go to a new client. So we have most of us have actually pretty big friendship circles.
Yeah, that I can only confirm.
Yeah.
We have many friends.
Yeah, and in worst case, I mean, we also work together with friends. So when we turn 45, we can at least retire together, you know.
And then keep having fun.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I've had a blast. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks for
We've
having
had
us.
a blast as well.
Good. And thank you for watching.